I'm Dave. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Steve.
Struggle a bit then, Dave.
You said it as I was drinking, so I joked a bit.
What are you drinking?
Did you gag?
A little bit.
He gagged.
My gag reflex is on point.
It's on point.
Every week we can sort of have a little bit of a drink.
Tell the listeners what we're drinking.
Today we got Coors Light.
Very, very warm Coors Light.
It's your fault. Again.
It's my fault.
But each week it's going to be a different drink.
It says on the it says on the front it's as cold as the Rockies. The Rockies have now melted.
It was a last minute thing. I didn't have a chance to chill them. Next week now when it's
only been a week since we last talked to you all.
just next week now when it's Andrew's or Stephen's turn and
You'd expect something better, wouldn't you?
yeah, we would.
You'd expect better drinks, colder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you all been up to? This week I've left Facebook.
I told her.
It's been 3 days since my last status update.
You shaking?
No, the only actual time I miss Facebook is when I'm taking a shit.
Proud of you.
Genuine. I sit in that toilet and it's like nothing to read or look at.
So
What?
you were sick yesterday, weren't you?
I was sick quite a bit yesterday.
This sounds related.
Want to come down from Facebook?
Yeah.
Come down
you
from
cold
Facebook.
turkey. Jesus.
I have to. What have you been up to, lad? Anything? Apart from drinking warm cold beers now. What?
Yeah, I could do a bit of a cold look now.
Well, I did leave in the freezer a bit longer, but no.
Yeah. Not much this week.
Steve, not much?
You put them in the bloody freezer earlier, that's all.
And I said to leave them
You
in a bit
don't come
longer.
out and go, boys, they're warm.
Yeah.
You go, boys, they were warm. I put these in the fridge earlier, a couple of hours before, to make sure.
It's like
Pleasurable.
slightly colder. But the next one's going to be more
Because it's not you that's getting them, isn't it? Yeah.
Fair point.
There it is.
Right, what's happening on today's show? We got a bit of Comic-Con news. Well, not so much news, but info news.
Right.
Yeah. News.
Is it new?
It's news.
Have they got S's on them? There
Yes.
you are then.
We got Andrew got a bit of homework from last week. We got a few retractions on the spot with Andrew. But this week, we've done our very first interview, didn't we, Steve?
We did.
With, you want to tell the fans, the listeners?
We did it with Mr. Laurence Fuller, very up and coming actor.
Yeah, cheers, Laurence.
Thanks very much, Laurence.
Very interesting, very enjoyable. A good laugh.
Very nice gentleman as well.
Very nice gentleman.
I really enjoyed the interview. It was great fun. So keep listening, and we will play that interview for you. We are a Grave for Crows podcast. We are not the worst thing on the internet. I can never get of it right. I can never get of it right.
It's going to be a little bit of next week practice in it. That's what it is. It's going to be a little bit of next week practice.
That's the
Spin round the room,
point.
confused.
I can never. Let's start again. We are a Grave for Crows podcast. Stop staring at me. We are not the worst thing on the internet. We're not the best.
It's the other way around.
Probably in between. I'm keeping it at that.
Yo, let's fix it up.
So, news. On the news. What news we got? Dane, start off with you, son.
Quite exciting news from me this week.
It better be exciting.
It was.
If this doesn't excite me, I'm taking you
I don't
down.
know if it's going to excite you, but it excited me.
Is it going to be fun?
I got a bit of wrecked. I'm not going to lie. Woo! Do you know Halloween? Halloween last year
We do?
has been.
What, the all-day Halloween or the movie?
And it's only now you're getting an erection.
Why are you getting an erection on Halloween, Dane?
I was going to make a sick joke.
Yeah, no,
It's not the right time.
The movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 sequels have been announced. Next year, Halloween Kills.
Right.
Following year, 2021, Halloween Ends.
Hmm.
I watched the 2018 one today.
Yeah.
I watched it back.
Yeah.
When I originally watched it,
Yeah.
I went to cinema to watch it. I was in for it. Michael Myers fan and all that. When I first watched it, I was like, could have been a bit more. Watched it again today after they announced the sequels, and it's decent.
Why after the announcement?
Because I thought this one was going to be the one to end it.
Ah,
And
right.
if anyone hasn't seen it at the end, he gets put on the...
Whoa, spoiler!
It's usual.
I haven't seen it.
It's your fault.
It's 2018.
You're never going to watch it.
Probably not, actually. Go on.
At the end,
Spoiler.
he's in the basement, gets burned to life.
Right.
Doesn't actually show him.
Doesn't kill him.
No.
Nothing to kill him,
We
but
knew it wasn't going to kill him.
man's fucking tank, but...
It was sort of left there. So, you know, these 2 new ones could be decent.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to them.
Steve?
Me, I've been advised today that that Twitcher cam girl with the bathwater,
Alright, yeah.
she's now been removed from Twitcher, I've been told.
Oh, she...
Well, that's great.
Well on Twitch.
Yeah, go
I
on.
was going to bring that up.
Oh, was it?
Oh, you stole it.
No, don't worry about it.
That's
Go
fine.
on.
I'm fine. I'm happy with that. Andy, got any news?
Yeah, so the Twitter girl. Crack on, man.
No, Andrew, we want to know.
Crack on.
We need to know.
Crack on.
Got any more?
Nah,
How was it? Was it?
that was my
Dane, got any
one
more?
bit of news.
I have.
You have?
New Blade movie is being announced.
You son of a bitch.
You could do it, so.
That's my news. Boys, we really got to collaborate before we do these shows. We really have.
There's no collaboration at all.
I'm fine. I go mine.
Well, come on, Dave. Tell us a bit about this new Blade movie.
The actor doing him, he's quite famous. He's won awards, but I've never watched a film he's in. Is he,
He's in True Detective season 2.
I haven't seen him or anything.
I can't. He was in something else. Asala Ali. I can't say his name. He was in
Try
Alita Battle Angel, I think. I'm sure
Yeah,
that was him.
he was. He was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy in
Yeah, he
Alita
was,
Battle Angel, yeah.
He looks like a younger version of Blade. Created like Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. It's a movie, yeah, not a TV show.
It's a movie.
Ooh.
So was it a remake from Wesley Snipes or was it?
No. It won't be a remake. Doubt it'd be
No?
a remake, no.
I like Blade as well. Good
Because-
studio.
That's what pissed. Sorry, Andrew, go on.
No, man, because a bit of news what I was saying is Power Rangers are
Brilliant.
going to get a remake as well from the original.
Just talking about Blade. Thought he talked about
No,
Blade.
just-
Add a bit of Blade info.
remakes and stuff
Just
like that.
get it
Power
in.
Rangers from the previous one are going to get remade again for different actors and that as well.
Nah, they've been too many times.
Has there been a good Power Rangers film? I'm asking.
The original Power Rangers.
Is
one.
that the Ooze? Is it that one? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
used to
one, yeah.
ask what's
Is that
everyone's
good?
favourite Power Ranger.
Pink, but pink.
Green Ranger one.
Wait, what?
Just a boy.
I'm sorry, I haven't got one.
Green Ranger's easily the best.
Why?
Because he does that fucking flute.
What is he selling that from? Link from Ocarina of
fucking
Time.
like dinosaur thing comes out of the sea. Fucking badass. That's him I
You're
do.
getting erecting over there, aren't you?
Go Kimberly.
Wow.
Kimberly, Pink Ranger.
I think every boy fancied the Pink Ranger when they were young.
I did when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Be a bit creepy going back to it.
I was already grown up.
Yeah, you're about 90 or Steve, to be fair.
Another bit of news. An artificial intelligence system has done the Rubik's Cube in less than a second.
Fucking hell.
It's done in 28 moves. The average human, I'll say the average, the most intelligent of us who can do a Rubik's Cube, because I can't.
I
Can
can't.
you?
No.
Has anybody ever done a Rubik's Cube without taking the stickers off?
No.
I don't think I've ever had to go.
Have you not?
Oh, I can't. I can't.
I'm happy with the snake, I am.
So, how long did it take
It
it?
took it less than a second. No, there's been other computers who've done it quicker, but this is an artificial intelligence system that is learning on its own. It's done over 1,000 simulations.
Can you hear that? Na 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 na.
It's a fucking Rubik's Cube job.
We don't know what's coming next.
That was, I think that's fucking brilliant. Like, you know,
It's fucking terrifying, Steve.
it's marvellous.
If
Who's
anyone played chess against the computer and put on max difficulty,
Oh.
fucking cheating pricks.
I didn't get past junior. I did.
Who's the father of AI? Anyone know?
No,
I thought you would have known that, Steve.
no, I don't. Joe.
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing.
And that which brings on the next piece of news for me.
Was Alan
The
Turing?
next... Hang on, tell
Are
me
you
now.
going to tell me about a Rubik's Cube computer?
No, but the next piece of news is that Alan Turing is going to be on the next £50 note.
Ah, so they've done
He
a
is.
poll that.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Alan Turing was a mathematician, scientist, mathematician. Can't think of it. He broke the German Enigma code, which more or less saved us.
He's the first guy. He's the father of AI.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
He also created the Turing test. You did the Turing test?
No.
Research next week. You always give Andrew homework, so I'm giving you our homework for
Get him
next
a
week.
pen out. This sounds interesting.
Google Alan Turing.
Alan,
The man is a goddamn genius, and it's really, really sad what happened to him. He never had the recognition because he was gay. It's a really... He's a fascinating man. Only now, these days, he's actually getting the recognition really that he deserves. Because if it weren't for him, we would have probably lost the Second World War, like. Because we were breaking the German Enigma codes through him, because he created the Enigma machine. Honestly.
Yeah. But
What?
let's go back to AI now.
Right?
How is he the father of it?
Well, homework for you next week. No, I know. But you did do this to Andrew all the time. Andrew, backing you up, yeah?
Cheers, Jack.
Do I literally do this now?
You could.
Do I literally give you a statement and then, because I haven't got the information, I go, homework, Andrew.
Well, homework, Stephen.
You did it last week with the Chris.
You did. You really did, yeah.
No. No, but I know the answer though.
Yeah, you do.
I'm quite concerned he doesn't.
Would you
So,
go
Jared.
in Alan Turing then?
Jared, do you know the answers?
I do.
All right. Has it got anything to do with algorithms?
Kind of. Kind of. We'll move on, but it's homework for you next week, right? I'm giving you homework, right?
Okay.
Who is Alan Turing?
I'm not happy
His
with you giving me
achievements.
homework. I'm the one who gives you homework.
Right, I'm sorry, but I thought you would have known this. You're quite disappointed in it, Ron, too. But there we go.
Another bit of news, The Face app.
Well, the Russian hacking app.
The people are absolutely now complaining about, where you take a picture, you can either look yourself younger or look older.
Right. It's
No.
everywhere.
It's
Or a girl.
everywhere. Now we did this in the No Phony Network, right? Was on
Right.
on the Twitter chat, right? It's brilliant. People
Shout out there.
Straight out, big shout out. Right? Celebrities have done it now, right? And people are worrying now for the future, and basically going to people who get what's it called, facelifts and
Right.
all that stuff now. Basically to line themselves up so they know what it look like in the future, but get it all done. People are now spend. So the picture they're taking now,
Started.
right? And in 10 years' time or 15
They know what they're gonna
they know
look
what they
like.
look like.
Right.
So basically prepping themselves now to basically not look like that.
Yeah.
People who
I
do
got
all
you.
the facelifts and stuff like that now, it's just looking to turn over just over £1 million
Plastic
From this
surgeons
face
are
app.
from this face app. Yeah.
from this face app.
I downloaded it to make myself look really creepy.
How do you look?
Oh, I
how
did
do you
mine.
look? What the fuck is that? Can we put that on YouTube, please, to show the fucking viewers?
Good.
I'm sorry, but Dane
it.
just showed us a photo and it's absolutely gold. It's gold. I tell you what we're doing.
Yeah.
I tell you what we're doing, right? If the boys are up for it, we'll each do it before we leave. We'll hand our photos of us looking old. We'll hand it to you, and you can put it on our YouTube
Good
video.
indeed.
I'll just do that one and give it.
So
Yeah, no worries.
Have we done yours, then?
I've done mine. I've done
You
mine
haven't
twice.
done your old one, have you? Oh, he's vain, isn't he?
Yeah, we could do the old one.
How vain is
Are we going to give him? Are you happy for you? You have
No,
old video
only that,
photo?
Steve. I've done my mother.
Right, are we forgetting we're podcasting, boys?
No, I know. I've done my mother old.
Right, next piece of news.
Come on.
Straight out the Comic Con. The Thor title has been announced, and it's called Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor,
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, and
Sounds absolutely awful.
it does. Although it is directed by Waititi Taiti or whatever he's called. I can't say his name.
Whitey tighty.
Right, Waititi Taiti. The guy who done
Brilliant.
Ragnarok.
Right, okay.
I don't know what to tell you, Steve, but Thor no longer got Mjolnir. He's no longer Thor in this new movie. Not really.
I used me female for so.
Natalie Portman stepping up as Jane Fonda, and she is gonna.
Jane Fonda.
That's her name, Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Foster. Jane Foster.
Jane Fonda.
I just felt like I said.
Green Goddess, leotards, whatever I know.
I apologise. It is Jane Foster. We'll edit that out.
Will we?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, but
grief.
Jane Foster. New Doctor Strange movie has also been announced, and it is called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's gonna. They reckon it's gonna be the first Marvel horror movie. It's gonna be quite scary,
It'll
but
be the first Marvel horror movie, is it?
horror movie. It's gonna be quite. They reckon it's gonna be quite creepy and scary. Scarlet Witch is gonna be in there, and she is gonna be the Scarlet.
dead.
No, she's not. Scarlet Witch is dead.
Oh, of course not, no. It's Black Widow, no, sorry.
Oh, talk about Black Widow. There's also a Black Widow movie
She's dead.
in the works, and the villain is Taskmaster, which is proper got my juices flowing.
That's the.
Mm.
Who's playing
You
it?
never say get my juice flow in the same sentence as Gav.
Yeah, no, and,
Hang on, you said you got erected on listening about Halloween.
and yet nobody's touched knees yet.
His knees are going to be touched.
Nobody's touched
soon. His
knees
knees
yet.
are going to be touched soon. Hawkeye TV show, we've already mentioned this, but it hasn't been confirmed. It's going to be Hawkeye training up another non-powered superhero. And it's got
It's supposed to be his daughter, first of all.
Sorry?
It was supposed to be his daughter, first of all.
I
They
know.
were saying about it, but then they changed the story again now.
I don't know. And also, more news on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's set after Endgame. And Baron Zemo has been spotted on in the trailer. So it's going to entail...
Is that the same Baron Zemo?
Yeah, it's going to be the same Baron Zemo. But this time he's got his mask.
I thought he was a bit shit in the other one.
And also,
terrible.
Loki's been added to that as well.
Yeah.
Loki's got his own... Oh, Loki as well. Sorry, boys. Loki have also got his own TV show, which we know about. But more details to come. It's going to be set after the escape with the Tesseract in Endgame. But it's going to be back in time where he hasn't really had these feelings and he's pure bad. So in the TV show, he's going to be the bad guy that we knew from Avengers. Pretty cool. You don't like these Avengers? You don't like too much you didn't you?
I'm a comic fan, but not as much as you lot.
Coming from the man who was like, Endgame's the best film I've ever seen.
It's good show.
It's not, was it?
It's decent, but...
Nah.
Do you know, of all those, the only one I'm looking forward to is the Eternals, and I thought I wouldn't be.
Well, nobody mentioned the Eternals. I have not mentioned the Eternals, so do you want to bring up the Eternals, Steve?
You mentioned Comic-Con?
Yeah, but I didn't mention the Eternals.
Okay, so Comic-Con...
Well, that's you a bit of news.
I didn't say that.
I'm handing the reins over to you. Bring it up, son. Bring it up. Come
In
on.
Comic-Con, which was brought up by Jared just now.
Right. Parts of
They
Comic-Con, not
also
everything.
mentioned-
Not everything.
Well, clearly, because I'm doing another bit. They also mentioned the Eternals.
Right.
Wasn't a fan of the idea first of all. I felt that they should have gone a different direction.
They were naming some actors and he was like, meh.
Angelina,
Exactly.
no, she'd be right.
Eh.
She done a good Maleficent.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen that, dude. Wizard of Oz. Really good, gotta be honest. Shocked me. No, shocked me.
Nah.
It's worth a watch. Andy, you'd enjoy it.
What could you would? Be a Wizard of Oz fan?
But
Wizard
so
of Oz
would
fan,
you.
and?
Not bad.
You did say, I don't know.
Did I say I was a Wizard of Oz fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah. It's one of your favourites, if you remember. I've even got a list of questions ready for you at some point.
We're off to see the wizard, the lovely Wizard of Oz. There we go.
That's wonderful, Wizard of Oz. Any more, Steve?
No, for me, I just think it's going to be an excellent film.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, that's what I said, is it? That's all I got.
Well, no, I'm asking if we've got any more.
No, that's all I got.
Sorry, got. Right, moving on to retractions.
Right, boys and girls. Jared, Dane, Andy.
Andy,
Couple of retractions from last week. I say a couple, it's quite a bit.
we get everything wrong every week, so it's like
Right, so
cultural retractions.
Dane brought up one of them, which was Pokemon.
Yeah,
It was not 80s,
it was 90s.
it was 96.
You sure?
I said last
Nah,
week...
boys.
Dane did it.
Right, I'm sorry, but the cartoons were the 90s, but Pokemon originated earlier than that.
I didn't. I'm telling you, it took 6 years to run to put a TV show out.
Yes!
Don't.
It started off.
Shit.
So moving on quickly.
Can I have retractions written down for that for next week?
You can.
Please.
You can ask me later.
Someone get a quick Google up.
Well, you got
No.
Google in your fucking hand, haven't you?
Look, I got it.
Right, while he's Googling, you
While he's Googling, Andy's
He
doing
said
that
Google,
now.
his fingers started moving.
Bob the Builder was also not an 80s kid theme.
Socks, we're not just talking about the game, mind, we're talking about
Yeah.
Pokemon as an origin. Right, go on, go.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. Pokemon
Kids.
origin.
Kids theme tune from the kids program, not from the comic. They didn't have theme tunes in comics.
It's the theme tune in the 90s. But Pokemon originated before the 90s. I'm telling you we did.
No, they didn't take 6 years to get a TV show out.
Shut your fucking mouth.
We'll find out now.
We will. Go on, Steve, go on.
I've
But...
got a question for you now, right?
Whoa, we got an answer.
Oh, quick, go on, get in.
The very first Pokemon series came out was the first available in 1997.
1997, right?
Jared?
That's the series,
Before that, though, in Tokyo,
right?
Yeah, go on. What?
Come on.
1991.
Oh, fuck. Sit down.
Step away, sunshine. Step
I will
away.
step away.
Yeah, right, now the question is this a little mistake by Andy?
Right.
He did mention that he did put a statement out as he mentioned that we got viewers. So my question is, have we got listeners
Viewers.
or viewers? And the only reason I ask that is because we are on YouTube.
YouTube is viewers, not
So-
listeners. Podcast is listeners. YouTube is viewers.
As a collaboration now,
You got a point?
as a collaboration, there'll be listeners or viewers or both.
Both. We'll give them.
Yeah, yeah,
both,
whatever.
no worries.
No,
Viewers on YouTube, listeners on
Podcast.
podcast.
Speaking of YouTube,
Fuck off.
just like to say that none of the images on the YouTube is of my man cave.
Right, well, first we fucking start anyway.
Just
A,
one point.
I haven't got pictures. B, I took pictures of man caves off fucking line and just put them in the video.
I'm just saying
Right
none of
then.
them are mine.
Don't fucking moan about it.
I'm not.
If you want to edit the video for 3.5 hours, go and fucking edit it yourself.
There's also an image of a T-shirt
Yeah.
for the Star Wars question segment.
Oh, this was amazing.
The word Star Wars #1 fan is on there. but those words are split between a picture of the Enterprise. So did anybody notice?
We did, and we come down and we said, Socks, you do another that t-shirt. I know, I realise. We thought you'd done it for a joke, Socks. Oh, I did.
He did. Did anybody notice? Pinball Wizard, Jared? Elton John?
He did.
Written by Peter Townsend.
But he still sang it.
Sung by Roger Daltrey in 1996.
Did he or did he not sing Pinball Wizard at some point?
Let me get to the
No,
end.
no, did he or did he not sing it? Yes or no?
Let me finish and answer you. Elton John done a cover of the song.
There we go.
Now,
That's all I need to know.
in the 1975 film Tommy,
Which you love.
which I do love,
There we go.
and basically Roger was Tommy, so he couldn't be really singing the
No,
song.
he couldn't, no.
But the only thing that was probably the only thing that annoyed me about that film was Elton John was playing a pinball machine with a baby fucking piano keyboard thing.
Yeah.
It was absolute shit. Not to say that the film was a marvel.
But he still sang it, so...
Yeah, he sang it, but it was a cover, not...
He still sang
Like
it.
he told me, he wrote it. It was his song. Yeah, I'm only just saying.
Yeah.
Dirty Dancing.
Right.
Baby was 17 or 16.
Ah,
Jennifer Grey was 27. You're okay to perv.
good. Socks, you fight the perv, bud.
Cheers, man.
It was mentioned that it was mentioned that never in the story the music wasn't in the film.
It's not, it's in the second one.
The music is in the film. It's the beginning of the very beginning of the film before you see Bastian,
It's not.
but it's not in the German version.
Oh, right. Maybe
Yes.
then. Maybe.
So
Maybe I accidentally watched it.
maybe when you buy your day, DVD next time, John.
I was wondering why you never said the fucking never ending story on the book and it said 9 Volkslicht instead. True story.
Yeah, just to confirm from last week, Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, the Jocks frat house burnt down,
Yes, it did, yeah.
and they took the freshman dome off the nerds and whoever else was in there.
Which is what I said.
The nerds wanted to form a fraternity, and they were denied by the Greek Council.
Yes.
After approval from the Trilambdas, they get the revenge for the pranks that were acted upon them by all the other fraternities.
And the Greek games
by
were
winning the Greek Games to become...
a fraternity of their own.
No. The Greek Games is the homecoming carnival.
Ah, right.
And whoever wins that gets to be the leader of the Greek Council. Highlander.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, I did say last week it went straight to DVD. It went straight to video.
Fuck you.
There was no DVDs in them days. Yeah, we asked who the Kurgan was who played it.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
Great. Good old Clancy Brown.
There is a remake on the border, but the rights were bought in 2008 and it's still yet to make it, and it's supposed to be Highlander, The Reckoning. Marillion was supposed to be doing the soundtrack for the film, I
Right.
found, and they were gutted that they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And Fish up to Marillion, the lead singer,
Right.
accepted a role in the film, but later pulled out due to scheduling.
Okay. Can I stop for a sec?
Go on.
What are you ordering, bud?
I'm hungry.
I can see you now.
Oh, you're on pizza, yeah?
I looked over and Dave's on his phone, so I had a glimpse, and he's on Just Eat ordering food.
I'm
Are you,
hungry.
are you buying for everyone?
Mid podcast, and he's ordering fucking food off Just Eat.
Are you bringing enough for the
He's
class?
like a day where he is.
Are you bringing enough for the whole class?
Are you ordering for us all, like?
No. I ain't about that life.
Area 51. I was teasing that it wasn't real.
Of course you
last
was.
week.
Of course you was, Andrew.
Don't blame me.
I don't blame you.
So do you know what the real name for Area 51 is?
Ooh. I do.
It's got two names.
It's called Compound.
I do, because I told you yesterday.
So tell me, you told me
Oh
yesterday.
God, I was reading up in Google, and I referred to you.
Yeah, Homey Airport.
Yes, I said that one, and there was one more.
Groom Lake.
Groom Lake. I said this to you yesterday.
The cheesy names to make it sound really nice. Considering it's for experimental aircraft and weapons testing. And,
Yeah.
You know, the CIA publicly acknowledged what it was in 2013.
Yeah, they have to because of some freedom of speech or act. Like.
Yeah, it all went fucking tits up.
Dan, what do you reckon this very few ones? Do you reckon they can actually storm it? What's your opinions on it, man?
I've had to think of the rest of the week, right?
Yeah, we go.
I think we're right. If they do,
Right?
and say, for example, there's loads of them,
Yeah.
going to burst through, right? There's going to be some sort of...
They're going to find empty boxes, but
What, 50 cup, is it?
It's basically going to get to a massive metal door, and then you're like, has anyone got a key card? Dave, where's the key card? I haven't got it. Let's turn around. There's bound to be some sort of...
Why have Dave got to have the key card back?
Fucking Dave.
Dave's always got the
Dave
key.
got a key card back.
Dave's always got a key back.
Well, if there's anything in Electric Man, they're going to be moving it by now, innit? Just in case. But go on, Steve. Sorry, man.
Last week's quiz.
Ooh.
Yeah. We had pre-agreed that...
Did I win? I won.
We pre-agreed that Jai would forfeit 2 points due to an age discrepancy.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
We did indeed right at the beginning.
Disgusting
Final
behaviour.
scores last week was 8, 6 and 4, Jared, Soxy and Dane.
Right?
2-point forfeit means last week was a draw between Jared and Andy.
That's disgusting. Can we have a
Yes,
tie?
man.
Well, no,
Can we have a
well
tiebreaker?
done, Jared.
Can we have a tiebreaker today? I demand the tiebreaker on
You
air.
can have one, but I've got to get one for
I
you.
demand it on air. I do.
Oh,
I tell you what, whoever can answer the question, which was for homework,
Right?
Here we go on. The grease pole one, is it?
wins.
Oh, I'm going to fucking clue because Eve Google this, not me.
I can't.
Oh,
It was your question. You were the one asking for
I
it.
started, John, let me tell you. I cannot find no answer to it because the way Steve worded it is different to what I found online.
So are we?
The answers are different.
The
The answers have
homework.
got 3.8, 5.8,
So are we moving?
6.4,
Are we moving on to Andy's
7.2.
homework now? Are we doing it now?
No, this is the quiz winner. This is the tiebreaker. No?
Well, I've lost because I don't know it.
Repeat the question.
Yeah. So there is a monkey and a greased pole.
Yep.
The greased pole is greased from top to bottom.
Do you want to headbutt?
The monkey can jump 2 foot at any one time, but every time he tries to jump up the pole, he slides back 1 foot. How many times does the monkey jump to reach the top? Jared. I tell you what, right? Whoever's closest wins. Is that fair? But if Dane can give me the actual answer,
Do you know the answer, Dan?
Dane wins. What's that? Pepperoni and double cheese.
They're too busy ordering this food.
It's just it, boy.
Come back to me, guys. Come back to me.
So
So the ball was 20 foot.
we've had some talks with Dane. Yeah, we feel that he needs to put a bit more input into the show, and
Yeah, we have.
as long as pizza's coming in for everyone,
Why am I feeling
he's
attacked
on
for?
it.
You're getting attacked, but you're getting attacked. You decided to become a regular on Oak. You wanted to become a crow.
How does it feel?
I always get attacked. Don't worry about that. So the pole was 20 foot,
21 foot.
21 foot.
Don't change the fucking answer.
Sorry,
though.
21 foot, climbs 2 foot, goes back 1 foot.
Yeah.
Count
Right.
the steps.
Yeah, I know, count the steps. I know, right?
I know, rah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he jumps 10 times, you're going to go back 10 foot.
Yeah.
Right?
So he's now,
He's back 10 foot.
right?
So he jumps 30 times.
30?
30 times, he's going to come
Why is he
back
gone
to
from
20.
10 to 30?
Can I just ask, is it a trick question?
No.
No, it's not.
This is a Form 3 math question.
Fucking...
This is stupid. You were good at maths.
Yeah, I know.
You were very good at maths. Come on, get on with
12 times.
it.
That's what I'm saying, it's 12 times.
John?
I said it last time as well.
Pure guess, because I'm going to tell you what the fuck any of you were talking about. 8.
8. Dane?
Let's have a look.
Ooh.
Oh, he's using his finger, ladies and
He used his
gentlemen.
finger.
Just for the listeners. On YouTube, we'll do an animation for that.
Ooh. Yeah, there, boys.
the
Yeah,
lips,
there,
the lips
boys.
are coming in. Yeah, he's going back and forth now.
Go on, Dave, give us an answer.
I don't know the means for
He's
back and
visually
forth.
jumping that pole, isn't he?
He's now scratching his head twice now.
I am the monkey.
He is visually jumping that pole, he is.
He goes up 2, he goes down 1.
Yeah.
How tall is his pole?
21 foot. He goes up 2 foot, slides back 1. Oh, there's more fingers.
It's 11 jumps.
Is it 21?
It's not 21.
I'm going to go 11.
It's not 11. You said 12, yeah? Stick with 12?
Yeah.
Because Jar changed his answer twice already.
I'm sticking with 12.
It's 20.
Ah, yeah, 'cause the last one, I was
The
closest.
last jump. Dane's closest. Dane wins last week's competition.
Whoa! Dane. Go on, Dane. Go on.
Dane.
Dane had like the lowest score in last week's competition.
He fucking did, but Steve's just fucking...
Absolute scum maneuver.
Can I just point something else out?
Yes.
This is for me, this is now, right?
You go on.
There was a couple of there was a discussion last week about 80s favourite films, yeah?
It was.
There was various comments slagging my films off, slagging Andy's films
It
off.
was indeed bad.
Special words were used to promote other people's films, like legend, spawned a legend, without any proof of this, Lauren.
Rambo's a legend!
So,
Wait, can we just discuss? Have anyone checked the Twitter poll?
Yeah, Karate Kid one.
You beat Scarface.
Fucking right!
You've been walking yourself.
We done a poll. Karate Kid one and Andrew's down to the crane kick.
Man, was indeed.
can I just say Andrew's very excited.
Fucking right.
I reckon to himself.
Was there a first, second, third, fourth, whatever?
Karate Kid, Scarface, Never Ending Story. No, Karate Kid, Never Ending Story, Scarface, and
Revenge of the Nerds. Was
Disgusting.
last.
Disgusting.
Last.
Right,
Very
so
disappointing.
go ahead, Stephen.
So there was a conversation about the legend of Rambo
Yes, legend.
and the fact that Highlander was shit. So apparently it spawned a legend. Dave, is that correct? Remember the words?
I watched Rambo last night.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is he still as good?
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Does he come out of a river at some point with a knife? Going back to a previous podcast.
No.
He might have been in the second one, but you haven't seen that.
But you haven't seen the second
Yeah,
one. Go on, Steve. She's looking so confused. We need to do a live video, but to see your
No,
face.
that's fine. No worries.
Right, so I done a bit of Googling now, right, just to compare Rambo and Highlander, right?
Right.
Live action films,
Okay.
5 each. Yeah, but that's including the one they're doing now for Rambo.
Islanders done 5. It's been 5.
Highlander's done 5 films.
Good God.
Animated films. None for Rambo, 1 for Highlander. Full feature length animated film.
Whoa, video games.
Yeah,
Video games.
Wait then, Josh.
Should I
Let it
should I go
finish.
down the fucking
Let it
list?
finish.
Alright. Calm down.
TV series,
Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud.
TV live series, yeah?
Right.
Live action series.
Right.
Rambo 0, Highlander 2.
Rambo ain't about that game, bud. He ain't about our life, is he?
Animated TV series. Rambo had an animated TV series. They questioned the viability, the morality of making Rambo into a kids' fucking telly program. They did it. It was shameful, apparently. And Highlander did an animated series as well.
Let's do a poll then. What's the better franchise? Rambo
Video
or
game.
Alright, we will do a poll on Twitter.
We will indeed.
Video games. 10 video games for Rambo.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But most of them are the same, but then you'd have the same game, but the next one would be 3D. So whatever that meant, I don't know, right?
Still 10 games.
10 games. Highlander 3.
Highlander's got a video game.
Highlander's got 3 video games, I just said 3.
Ooh.
I'll have to look at that.
Right? Comics.
Right.
Rambo 3. When I first started looking, it looked like it was shitloads. I thought, oh dear, Rambo's doing well here. Turns out, no. And if you Google any of this, yeah, they absolutely slate the comic as well. It's really, really bad apparently
For Rambo.
for Rambo.
Right.
For Highlander, 19 comics.
Fucking hell.
Novels.
I'm still going John Rambo.
I'm still playing Rambo.
Novels. 2 for Rambo. But it was actually Rambo 1 and Rambo 2 in the written form. And they didn't bother Rambo 3 because it was too much like Rambo 1 apparently. I
Still
don't
counts. Still counts.
know. Highlander, 10 original novels besides the 5 and the other one they did as well.
Right.
It's like, I don't even interrupt me.
No, hang on.
Okay. Card games. Yeah. I've done the details, mate.
You check this out.
You check this right out there.
Rambo was a character in a card game, yeah, which had other characters from Fargo.
It's a bit like Top Trump saying the
A kind of a top Trump thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Highlander had its own card game, which had over 400 plus characters in there, which were part of the Highlander world. And then, yes, both of them did have their own merchandise.
Let's have the viewers aside and vote Rambo.
No,
What's that?
no.
Rambo.
Rambo.
I'm going by data, you're right, facts and figures.
Yeah, but are we done with the data?
We are done with the data.
But can I ask the most important question?
Highlander.
Who would win in a fight?
Highlander.
Fucking Rambo.
Highlander.
Rambo would
What's he
ruin
gonna
him.
do?
Rambo would
What would
ruin
Rambo
him.
do to him? Stab him, is it? Shoot him?
Just cut his head off.
Yeah?
Cut his head
He's
off.
got to cut his head off. He can shoot all he can do is he can bomb away.
Rambo's Rambo.
Unless he cuts his head off, he's fine.
Whoa. Rambo's Rambo. Motherfucker's unkillable, man.
Yeah.
Rambo's big knife is fucking 6
in
inches
the
long.
words of Bill
Highlander's got an
Keith,
electrified Japanese fucking samurai sword.
Legend
Rambo Day.
Rambo.
Which cuts through fucking anything.
One bazooka to Islander's face.
Get done. Wishing on a new Rambo film.
What about
At the
it?
end.
What about it?
In the minefields.
Right?
That big fucking gun.
Yeah. Big MG42.
Can I just... How's it go?
I really wish next week live video challenge will do that.
Can I just say this keeps it going as well?
You should have been cast in that film.
What?
You should have been cast.
Can I just... I don't upset the idea now, but Highlander 2, yeah? They break into a facility to get Sean Connery. He gets shot the fucking back, obliterated in the car when they break through the boundaries.
Rambled fucking.
And then he just gets up, brushes all the bullets off and carries on.
We will ask this next week. Who'd win in a
For
fight?
our viewers and listeners, get on Twitter. So the poll will be up on Monday. Get voting.
Rambo or I? Is the question who is better or who would win in a fight?
Who is better, Rambo or Highlander?
No, it was who would win the fight. The question was who would win the fight.
Okay.
The answer is obviously Highlander.
Never.
Because he's immortal.
Never.
Okay.
Rambo,
He's not immortal.
Rambo comes out the river with a knife in his mouth.
Right then, guys. So, as we mentioned last week, Jared's fucking Hulk watch.
Jared's Hulk watch. I love
Yeah.
it.
So Jared has a tattoo on
The not so incredible.
his left arm. I had to fucking check which fucking left and right was in for some reason. Just sitting opposite me.
Just for the
some reason.
visual,
That was brilliant.
Andrew had to turn around to face the same way as Jared to work out whether he was
Just
left or
sit
right.
here. I sit here. I can't see in front of me. That's a great part about it.
Oh my god! Why can't I have your video?
That was fucking brilliant. That's my own fault. That was
Oh, Jesus.
brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Explain what
I
we
just enjoy you were listening.
I can't.
Breathe.
Just
My
in
tattoo's
case.
on my left hand. Andrew was facing me. And Andrew had to stand up and turn around
To work out which hand it was.
to work on which hand it
I'm
was.
sitting opposite it. Big head with a small brain. Big head with a small brain.
I'm sorry.
When you're good, you're good.
Comedy, man.
I am sorry.
And when you're
Comedy.
bad, you're
Right,
not.
boys, come on. Professional. We're a fucking podcast, man. Professional.
Comedy.
So going forward, the not so incredible Hulk will be being viewed, having his picture taken every week until the poor fucker's finished. Anyway, moving on.
On to the next bit.
Whoa. What? He's finished. The only thing that's not finished. He got his eyes closed, boys.
Yeah.
He's never having his eyes finished because they closed.
Right. I've never seen so little colour in a comic strip, whether it's fucking black
No.
or white or colour.
No, that's the style, mate. That's the style.
It's not, Joe.
That's the
If
style.
it was a style, you would have left it.
How do you know? How do you? That's my tattoo.
Then you're wrong.
So on to the next.
Star Wars
For the
number one
super
fan.
fan. This is the last round of questions. We're moving on to somebody else, a super fan.
But we won't say who.
Now, what we should do is get our viewers and listeners to vote.
Well,
Who's the next fucking person to
yeah,
get
if
5 rounds?
you can all vote Dean, that'll be
That'd be
appreciated,
fantastic.
gentlemen.
What's the topic of?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you
You're
want.
the fan.
Whoever fucking wins the poll, basically, is just fucking saying, isn't it?
Come on, then.
You mean lose?
How many questions we got? 5 as usual. It can't be no
It's
more
the
5.
last one. Give me 6. Go on.
We go.
I'm going to give him 6. And one of them is off one of those fucking,
First question: which arm is out gone?
He said, hold on.
Fuck off!
Hold on.
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
So the first...
Laurence, I'm hoping Laurence is listening to this.
Yeah.
Laurence, you should have seen him.
So the first question is from Mr. Hayes.
Oh, don't tell him the secrets.
I'm going to tell him a secret.
Come on, man.
Here we go. What show / film has Star Wars pilfered the opening crawl from?
Pilfered.
Yeah, the opening crawl from.
Star Wars was not the first to do this.
Ooh.
It was kind of a homage, but it's
Highlander.
what?
I'm going Highlander.
Oh, you mean the film that came after Star Wars?
Oh, my dates.
You did? Oh my
Here we
god!
go.
Highlander had the crawler, didn't it?
It came after the fucking
Did have the
Star
crawler.
Wars.
It did have the crawler.
But they can't pinch off Highlander if it came afterwards.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to say. Ooh. I'm gonna go with I pass. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Steve? Do you wanna tell
No,
him
I
the
know.
answer?
I know.
you do. But do you want to tell him the answer?
It was Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon. The old episode, the old black and white ones.
Well, that doesn't count because that's nothing to do with Star Wars. Go on, Andrew.
Of course it is. It's the opening crawl.
But it's nothing to do with the question. Is nothing to do with
It's
Star Wars.
got everything to do with Star Wars.
It's nothing to do with story, lore, characters, cast, crew. Nothing.
Not even the infamous, famous.
Come on, Andrew. I'm not listening to him.
Sorry. Yes, he's less than average as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
fine. So the second question, Jack, is which prop ended up with a nickname, the Pork Burger, by the special effects crews?
The pork burger.
Pork Burger by the special
How the
effects
fuck
crews.
am I supposed to know that? Steve, do you know that? I thought these were going to be like story-based questions or character-based questions. Not them type
He's
of
the number
fucking
one fan,
questions.
isn't he?
But I'm not going to know stuff like this.
Number one fan, isn't he?
The pork
Right,
burger.
no. I can go in between the two of it, and I've got two answers to the same question. Right?
Right, is it an helmet?
No.
Is it a ship?
Yes. So I give you that,
It is.
a ship.
It is the prop of the Death Star.
Nope.
The Star Destroyer.
Nope.
The Millennium Falcon.
Third attempt, but the Millennium Falcon.
Why is that?
Why the pork burger? I don't know.
So, third question.
Right.
What does the term Blue Harvest mean in the context of the original trilogy?
Ooh, he's good, isn't he?
He is good. Jim, are you good though?
I'm not good. Do you know this, Steve?
I know this.
From?
I'm not giving the answer, am I?
I don't know. I'm no longer a super fan. I'm barely a fan.
Oh, come on, you've been doing really well, babe.
I
You've
know.
been doing well, babe.
I know I've been doing well.
So the question again was what?
I know the question.
Come on.
Calm down.
Bird might get this as well.
How is Bill going to get it? The man falls asleep before the crawl even finishes.
What does the
but it's
term
pizza
Blue
yet.
Harvest mean in the context of the original trilogy?
I tried watching Star
Oh,
Wars.
I know what it is.
It's not your question no more. He's asked Dave.
I know what it is.
Go on,
Go on.
It is the code name for the film when they were originally filming it.
Of what film?
Fuck. I'm going to go New Hope.
Nope. So
I'm going to go Empire Strikes Back.
No, it's a fucking-
I'm going to go Return of the Jedi.
The third attempt again. Look. So there was a fake title, Return of the Jedi was film under.
Yes, I'm fucking brilliant, I am.
You're really good.
So,
Right.
fourth question.
It's a good episode. I'll give it to you. It's
was
a good episode.
Luke Skywalker's original surname?
Luke Starkiller.
There we go. Give him that one. Spot on.
I'm glad of that because you were spot on.
So,
I'm having the rest of them, you fuck.
I'm gonna chuck a little line, opening lines.
Ooh.
Right? Now there's 5 of them.
Are these taglines?
They're not the taglines, but opening lines from the movies. So the first one is Command Station. This is ST321. Code Clearance Blue. So what movie is that from?
That is from Empire Strikes Back.
Nope.
Return of the Jedi.
Second attempt again, look. One fucking answer is supposed to give, not 2.
So,
Right, next
So it
one.
was Return of the Jedi.
so obviously, this so far he's got one.
Next one.
Senator, we're making our final approach into...
Fat the Menace.
Nope.
Clone Wars.
Attack of the Clones.
That's the one.
Third one,
Right.
Captain.
What?
The opening line is Captain.
Return of the Jedi.
Nope.
A New Hope.
Nope.
Empire Strikes Back.
Nope.
Ooh, Revenge of the Sith.
Nope.
Rogue One.
Go
Nope.
fuck yourself.
The Phantom Menace.
I said that.
Oh, that was last time I was.
Bastard. Are we done?
One more.
Right.
Lock onto him R2.
Oh, that's easy. That's Revenge of the Sith.
Spot on. Last one.
Right.
Echo 3
Just said last one.
to Echo 7.
He said last one on the last one, didn't he?
Right, well done. Echo 3 to Echo 7. Han, old buddy, do you read me?
Revenge of the Sith.
Nope.
Not Revenge of the Sith. Return of the Jedi.
Nope.
No?
Empire Strikes Back.
Fuck. That was close.
And the last question.
The fucking last two have been the last
No,
question.
these are the opening lines.
Do you realise that last one there, yeah, was quite a way into the film, wasn't it? Because they're out in the snow, aren't they?
So I'm going
Yeah.
to get Steve's help with this, right? Because one of these is fucking hard to say.
Right, is this actually the last question?
Yes.
Because you said last was the last question.
So which characters did these actors almost play? So the first one, Steve can fucking say.
Benicio
Del Toro?
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Who was he supposed to play?
He was supposed to play in Han Solo?
Nope.
No?
Darth Maul.
Carlito.
Darth Maul.
Fuck me.
Second one is Christopher Walken.
Ooh. Ben Kenobi. No?
Han Solo.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
No. Ben Kenobi.
Nope.
General Grievous.
Fucking shocking.
And the last one, Michael Jackson.
Luke Skywalker.
No.
Nope.
I'm not sure how to help.
Can you sort your fucking Google thing out, please?
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, for fuck's
Michael
sake.
Jackson's playing Jar Jar Binks.
So can we I've already I can give you the answer now. Jared is no longer a super fan. I haven't got a fucking clue about Star Wars. I don't want to know anymore after that fucking quiz.
Can I just point out, you don't know much about Rambo either, because apparently he's a legend.
Rambo's legend. Right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on. He's the brains of Britain. The brains of Britain. Yes, he is. He's the brains of Britain. It's everyone's favourite segment. I couldn't think of a segment then. It's On the Spot with Andy. Come on then, Stephen.
Right then, Andy.
Each week.
Can you stop calling me that?
No.
I fucking hate you.
No.
Sorry, right, Drew.
No, each week.
Thank you, Steve.
Chugs.
I'll do my best. I can't.
Each week
I can't promise.
we give our resident Brainiac a few questions. We educate them. We belittle them.
No, we don't. No, we just educate.
We just educate
How he
him.
takes it is his own problem.
We love him, really.
We do.
Go on, Steve.
Come on, then.
Right then, Andy. Yeah. As you're aware now, right? Now, I had to think about this now over the week, yeah? Jared, you might be interested in this, yeah?
Ooh.
For me, this is Andy's new Sunday school.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
This is Andy's new Sunday
This is Sunday school, baby. Right then, first question, Andy.
Come on, then.
Sorry, Drew.
It's Andy.
Do cows sleep on their feet?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because
Oh, fuck it. Well, how am I supposed to... They sleep on their side.
they sleep where?
They sleep like... the legs... One boy sleep on his side.
The legs go up.
I don't fucking know. When his body goes down, I don't fucking know. They sleep on their legs.
Legs go up.
They
I don't
sleep on their
fucking
legs.
know. Fuck off.
Yeah, you are right.
Transformer.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, like our jazz, spot on, man. You're fucking right, that.
If only we were recording.
Oh, we need to be recording next week.
We need to make viewers, not listeners.
No, they don't
I want the image of that on YouTube this week,
What,
please.
Jazz fucking...
Yes.
No worries, okay.
Or a cow, and find the
Yeah,
cow
that's
as well.
A cow on his back with his legs in the air.
No worries. But no, they don't sleep on their feet.
So you are correct.
Thank you.
One to Andy. The practice of cow tipping is not a thing. Yeah, it's made up. Ready, right? So how many pairs of socks do you put on?
One.
Hey!
Kind of hoping I was going to get two off you then. Where? So it's two answers for you now. Where were the 2012 Olympics held?
Beijing.
No.
No.
Weren't it?
Nope.
No.
We were in London.
It was London.
Was it London? Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
How many times? I'll rephrase it. Which country has held the modern Olympics the most?
Oh.
I guess.
That's not...
After him.
Ooh.
I was about to say China, but it's not.
Stick with China.
I could stick with China, yeah.
What are you going to do?
We'll have to guess this
I'm
one.
going to stick with China.
Can we play?
Right, you stick with China. You're
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay.
Jared, Dane.
I'm torn between two. I'd say either USA or Greece.
Right, can I just say one answer? You're not Jared. Jared gets 4 to 5
yeah,
because he just
fuck.
blurs.
I was going to say Greece.
I'm going to say USA. Yeah.
Was you going to say Greece?
I was going to say Greece.
Still London.
Fucking hell.
London's the only city that's hosted the modern Olympics 3 times.
Fucking hell.
Nice
You know
interesting
what?
fact there, Stephen.
Isn't it? Nice. Ready, Ian? So, who was the first actor to play the role of James Bond?
He's going to get it wrong.
Now, obviously, you're a fan of James Bond, aren't you?
The first one was Casino Royale. Am I correct? I am
You are correct.
But I can't...
He's very correct, yeah.
Timothy, something his name is.
Is he?
He is
Is
correct.
he correct?
Yes.
Right.
I thought it Dr. No was first film.
I'll just write this down right for next
Timothy,
week's
Timothy,
retraction.
something his name is?
Please
No.
say Dalton, go on.
Fuck it. No, no.
Is it,
Fuck.
How many guesses do you have today now?
I've only had that guess yet, but the first guess.
It's his questions, mate.
Sorry, give me his
What's his
question.
name? Fuck.
Is it Woody Allen?
I need it locked in now.
I know it sounds stupid, but is it Woody Allen?
Woody Allen didn't play James Bond, but he wrote the film for the James Bond.
I thought he played in
and it
Bond
was,
in Casino
what's
Royale.
it was Pink Panther that done it.
I thought it was Casino Royale he was in.
Well,
That's the original Bond film.
I can't.
Are you sure?
It's not Doctor No.
It's not Doctor Who.
No, it's not Doctor No.
It's not Doctor Who, or it's not Doctor
No,
Who.
it's
is
not
it?
Doctor Who, it's
Right.
Doctor
The question was,
Casino Royale.
who was the first James Bond actor?
Nah, I can't fucking get his name up.
Because you don't know.
No, it's Timothy something. I can't remember his fucking name up.
Do you want to tell him, Steve? Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, I do.
Come on.
Sean Connery.
I just said Sean
It's
Connery.
not Sean Connery, because Casino Royale was out before Sean Connery. I can't think
Was
of
it Connery?
Right? You might want to
Did you say, right, you're going to have to speak up, Ben, right? If you're going to give answers...
Steve,
I was conferring with him. I said Sean Connery.
before you act,
That's not an answer,
before,
that's conference.
before you sound like even more of a dick, it wasn't. You might want to do your research.
What, an actual film now?
An actual film.
Gotta do it.
Casino
Gotta
Royale
do it.
was
Gotta do
out
it.
before Doctor No. And I'm sure it was Woody Allen.
And it was I don't know, David Naveen.
That's right.
Quick,
Before.
David Naveen.
Yes.
As in David Niven.
Yeah.
quick poll for
Casino
everyone.
Royale,
Yeah.
Who's your favourite Bond?
Yeah, we do that.
Right.
So, do you want
What
to...
did you put in there?
Casino Royale, 1967.
Yeah.
It was before Doctor
James
No.
Bond fictional
What have you
character.
written in there?
It was
What have you
before
written in there?
Doctor No.
What have you
No,
written in
but it
there?
was
No,
before
all,
Doctor No.
all I put was Casino Royale, look, and it came out
So,
1967.
He is 100% correct, he is. He is
So,
correct. It's before Doctor No.
The first James Bond film was 1967. So what you just said, Andrew?
Yes.
Woody Allen played James
What
Bond.
year was the first James Bond film?
1967.
Check it.
Doctor No. Check Doctor No.
No, you've just written Casino Royale. Because you're confident that Casino Royale was the first film.
It was, because
But James Bond is in that film, played by Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. Doctor
Correct.
No was done in 1962.
You say Doctor No? Yeah, you're missing the point here now, right?
Doctor No is the first James Bond film with Sean Connery.
Who was the first actor to play James Bond?
Sean Connery.
No?
But
Woody Allen.
it was Woody Allen.
So you're disagreeing with it, yeah? And you're saying Woody Allen,
Yes.
you're confident of that. So you're going to give me retractions next week?
Yes.
It's your homework.
Done. I don't need my homework. I already know the answer. I
I'm
just
happy
told
with
you.
that. I'm happy with that.
I'll fist pump Soxy up for the first time.
Can I say something?
No.
Yes, please.
No.
Is this for this
So
week or next
Doctor
week?
No was
I haven't said any films,
sorry.
right? I haven't said any films yet.
Doctor No was released before Casino Royale, right?
The wood.
It was.
Mother.
Doctor No was 1962, Casino Royale
I love
1967.
it. I love
So
it.
Sean Connery was the first Bond and then Woody Allen.
Boys. We'll edit it all out.
Fist bump you there.
Thank you, sir.
We'll edit it all out. Will.
Can
Yeah, but
I
thought
just
Casino Royale
remind
was
you
first.
all that?
I did. I voted Casino Royale was first.
Can I just remind you that I do my research? I don't just blurt shit out, yeah? I do my research.
Can I just remind?
Okay.
Can I remind the listeners out there? We haven't got a clue. Next question.
Right, how many of each animal did Moses put on the ark?
2 each.
No. Noah put them on there. Not Moses.
Moses, it was fucking Noah. Fuck off. Quick question again.
It's not.
Fucking Moses.
It's not a trick question. The answer is 0.
Yeah, I know.
Alright then, so a little bit of a riddle. I know it's not a joke before you start.
I
It's
hate
not-
the jokes.
It's not a joke, it's not a joke. A man walked into a room and there were 3 doors. The first door had a sign which read Lion's Den. The second door had a sign which read Mountain Top. The third door did not have a sign. Yet the man knew exactly where it led to. How is that possible?
I know. Okay, go on.
Clear door.
No.
It's a door like all the others.
Door to go.
If he's not allowed to answer, can I answer? 'Cause I think I know, but I might be cocky and make myself look like a fool again.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I'll leave him. I will go first.
No, I don't have to.
No?
No.
Dan?
What's the first bit again if it's a riddle?
I'll read it again.
Thank you.
I can't wait for this pizza to turn up because maybe a little bit of food down here myself. I can listen to a bit of attention span like. Man walks into a room and there are 3 doors.
I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
The first door had a sign which read Lion's Den. The second had a sign which read Mountain Top. The third door had no sign, yet the man knew exactly where it led. How is that possible?
Listening back, I know what the fuck it is.
Come on, then.
Wait. I'm going to whisper to Steve just to make sure. Have I not whispered to you?
You asked my question
I
answers.
think I might be right, but I may be wrong. Or
Correct.
Yeah, I thought I was right.
Andrew?
is he already in the room? Like, because you say he's.
Do you want
A man walked into a room
a room?
and there was 3 doors.
Right, okay. Sorry. Alright, I'm wrong.
So,
I'm wrong.
okay.
Then, it's really easy.
Come on,
He
Jared.
didn't in the room, I get that.
He leads back out to the fucking room we walked into.
The 3rd door is the door he walked into the room from, so he knows where that came from.
He said stunned.
Oh, no, he's done.
He's got it, he's got it.
I got it.
He's got it.
I've got it.
Go on.
I'm not sure if I
That's what I was
asked.
thinking, is he's already in the room. Like, fucking. Don't worry about it.
I'm not sure if I asked this, and I'm sure I did,
Come on.
but I will ask it anyway.
Come on.
Why does Easter Sunday move?
We asked this.
You
I
asked
did.
this.
I thought
Yeah,
I did.
yeah,
I'll move on.
Come on.
I give myself an extra question, right? So we're into the religious ones now, right?
Oh, you expert.
Now,
Fucking right there.
Dane done well last time.
Can I stop you?
You can.
When we do the
You seem to do it a lot. I'll be honest.
when we do the superfan questions,
Yeah.
is the Bible.
I'm interested in knowing what your superfan quiz is going to be, Andrew.
Told
I'm really
You haven't told
I'm
us.
majorly concerned about my own.
What is it then?
you.
Phones.
No.
No.
Tapes.
No.
World.
No.
So what is it then?
Wrestlers from the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
you
did tell.
did, you
You
did.
Quite looking forward to that.
Do you know what yours is?
No, I could, you know, take a swing.
Right, do you ask him the next question, please?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, go on. In.
Well, off subject now.
How many plagues did God inflict on Egypt?
Ooh.
I want an answer. I don't want to guess. I want an answer.
4.
I think you do right.
4?
4 I'm going for.
No.
No.
Dane?
I guess 5.
No. Jared?
10.
10 plagues. Jared's very happy with himself.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah,
No, I'm happy, right? Because Cocky Dane beside me went, I don't answer. And he said, is it 5? I went, yeah.
Can you answer any of them? Can you tell me what the plagues were?
Locusts.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
We're going
That was number 8.
first born boy.
yeah, boy.
That was number 10. Death of the firstborn.
Disease. Famine.
Wait, slow down. Ooh.
Pestilence. Farting.
Pestilence.
Don't squeeze it out, Steve.
Yeah, brilliant.
Take it out.
Disease. I'll give you disease as in boils, right? Any more? Stop Googling.
I'm not.
It's on its way, is it? Is that what you're doing? Is it on its
It's
way?
on its way. His pizza is on its way.
Anybody else?
Go on, give up to us.
Couple more.
Give up to us.
So you got the blood, yeah, where they turn the Nile to blood?
Or we can give it to Soxy's homework.
Do homework.
I don't mind over.
We'll give up the
Ten
Soxy homework.
things, eh?
It's the 10 plagues
No worries.
of the Nile, of the Egyptians.
Homework for him next week.
No worries.
And we'll do that now.
And you got homework as well.
You have indeed.
You?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Alan Turing.
Oh, right, of course.
Looking forward to that.
What animals cannot walk backwards?
Oh, he sat up.
Oh,
He sat up.
He's got it.
What animals?
He doesn't know where it is, but he's
Snake?
got it. Right, snakes don't fucking walk.
Oh, you said animal, any animals.
Andrew.
Is there about
Yeah,
fucking
but they,
legs?
they do, but they, to walk you have to be able
Andrew.
to walk.
You know what,
So,
then?
oh, my God.
Go on.
Do what you done with your wrong, bud.
What?
You put your finger to your chin.
Put his thinking cap on.
With a thing cap on.
Right.
Which animals don't walk backwards?
Which animals can't walk backwards?
Right, walk.
To have legs to walk, yeah?
Camels?
Is that a guess or an answer?
As a guess.
No, it's not.
No. Sheep?
No.
Cows?
Should we stop it
That's just
there?
going, man. So
No, can we stop? Can we stop?
Din?
Horse?
No,
No.
I've seen horses go backwards.
Yeah, me.
Right.
Oh, got a dead end on this pen, look.
I don't know. I
Didn't-
genuinely don't
no.
know. I should know, but I don't.
I don't know why, but it's turtles top of my head.
Turtles?
I don't know why.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Woods?
Go on, then.
Go on, give us the answer.
I'll just answer that a bit there, right? As in, when turtles mount the female, yeah?
They go
It's
backwards.
the boy that gets off, so he cows backwards. So
I didn't realise you watched turtle porn a lot.
It wasn't a choice of mine. He was in the zoo, and for some reason he was fucking smashing it out.
What's the answer?
The answer is emus and kangaroos can't walk backwards.
They hop.
They do also walk as well.
Is that it for
No, it's not.
start?
No. Slow down. Which came first? Coke or Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper.
It was. So I agree or disagree?
I would say Coke first.
I would have said Coke, yeah.
Said Coke. Do you want to give a reason for your answers?
No.
Because Dr. Pepper's
Dr. Pepper's
it's
not made by
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. It's made by
Dr. Pepper's from a
Fuck, it's
Coca-Cola company.
Pepsi. Or something like that. Dr. Pepper is made of. It's not made by.
It's the Coca-Cola Dr. Pepper is. Same brand. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Pepper come first then.
So
Dr. Pepper come first.
Dr. Pepper come first.
Please get me wrong.
Please, Steve, please.
You
Don't do it
pair,
to us.
you pair are very wrong.
Fucking hell.
Disgusting.
Drew is right.
Thanks, Steve.
Lucky guess, Drew boy.
Coca-Cola is the most recognised soft drink, which was introduced in 1886, which was 1 year later than the multi-flavoured carbonated drink called Dr. Pepper in 1885.
Bonus points if Andrew can tell me where Fanta come from. Oh my god.
Fuck no.
I can.
I know you can.
I can.
Go on, moving on.
Come on.
I'm going to move on now.
We're moving on. But you probably can, yeah.
No, I can't.
The only reason why I said Dr. Pepper, because there's a program I watch, right? It does all what do you call it? Making stuff fucking brand new again. What do you call it?
Restoration.
Right, yeah. It's a guy who did like a vending machine, a Coca-Cola vending machine. But when you looked inside, there was all like old Dr. Pepper inside in the Coca-Cola machine. So
Just for reference, Dr. Pepper tastes like shit.
Dr.
Oh, I
Pepper.
love it.
I love Dr. Pepper.
Fucking horrible. Like, go on, on to go.
Last one. Nice easy one for you,
Oh,
right? Without the religion, obviously, yeah.
yeah.
What was the first Disney animated movie?
I know.
Yeah, we had this. We've had this.
Steamboat Willie.
I
What
said
was the
that.
first
Was it
Disney...
Steamboat Willie?
Listen!
Animated.
Listen!
Right.
What was the first Disney animated movie?
Movie.
You're fucking shitting me.
Don't Google.
I'm not.
That's right then.
Aladdin.
No, fucking Aladdin.
Aladdin's
80s.
Alright.
Maybe 90s. Then you don't know.
Pocahontas.
Which was after Aladdin.
Fuck off. Alright, well, I'm going to. It's not Lion King.
It's not Lion King.
It's not like the
Snow White.
Yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937, as opposed to 1980s or 60s.
So are we done with that on the spot?
We're on done. We done.
Can I ask him a quick question?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Oh, here we go.
What's
Fuck
Fanta?
off, good.
You might know it.
Where does Fanta come from?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll tell you later. Research. Homework.
Homework for Dan.
Homework day.
Think of your common house spider.
Yeah.
Why don't they get trapped in their own web for?
Why don't they get trapped in their own web?
A spider's web. Think why didn't the spider get trapped for? It's made of web.
Not okay.
Have a think of it.
Don't whisper, you're on radio, stop whispering.
That's right.
Anyway,
Right, that's done then.
he's the brains of Britain. The brains of Britain. La la la. He's the brains of Britain. That was Soxy's on the spot. Steve, me and you had the pleasure of interviewing the excellent Laurence Fuller.
We did.
Really, really fun interview. Nice
It
man.
was, yeah.
We made him give us his
We did make him, we asked him.
we asked him to give us his Des Diamond discs,
We did.
and we asked him a few questions. You want to tell us a little bit about Laurence?
Laurence, he's very much an up-and-coming actor. He's been in quite a few films, quite a few shorts. He's writing his own at the moment as well.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
He's in the up and coming Five Families gangster flick.
Flip, yeah.
Flick,
the flip,
flip.
yeah.
Flip.
Painted Red, Echoes of You, Five Families, as you said. Number of films he's been in.
Painted Red looks really funny.
It does look funny, it does, yeah.
Did you say you watched Echoes of You?
Echoes of You I've watched. Do you know what? It's absolutely fantastic.
You did your beautiful,
It
you said.
is, it is, yeah. It is. In this interview, we do talk about such these things.
Well, we ask him a mixture of professional questions and fun questions, really.
We might not have asked him professionally.
Oh no.
but they were professional answers.
I think Steve did. Janet took the comedy side of things.
It's our first interview. I think we done well, and Laurence was an absolute superstar. He really was.
Yeah, Lawrence done well as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's-
I had the privilege of basically sitting in the background listening to these two, and I got to say,
He was
Steve, fucking spot on.
a
Fucking
very,
love you.
very, very nice, brilliant man. Go to his Twitter, follow him on Twitter, watch his short films on YouTube.
Yeah, these films are coming out on Amazon and the likes.
Yeah, and streaming services. He's on IMDb. Go check him out. It's Laurence Fuller. Anyway, use the interview. It is pre-recorded, and the sound may be of lower quality, but enjoy.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, Laurence Fuller here. We're going to speak to him now about his Desert Island Discs. And we're going to start. I've got a preference of what you want to choose to go first, Lawrence.
Movie.
Yeah, movie.
Movie? Come on then, give us your movie.
Man, I would have to say Gangs to New York, because there's so much in it.
Yeah.
I was really sitting up between that and Red Line. And even though maybe not cinematically as the whole piece, they're the greatest movies ever, but there's just so much in them that I could just keep watching them, you know.
Some fantastic actors in there. Mr. Day-Lewis.
Every time I watch our film, I take away something new from it. I see
You
something.
do.
Yeah, I see something new.
Like,
New stuff.
Yeah.
new stuff, brilliant.
It is. Every time we watch it, you discover something new. There's so much going on. You're right.
Yeah.
What is it about the film, Lawrence? What is it that's appealing? It's fantastic cinematography, you gotta be honest with you.
I suppose it's like the vastness of the world, you know. There's so much kind of that you can imagine even beyond what you see. That if it was like the one movie that you had, that it would keep you entertained for however long. I mean, how long are you on the island? How long am I on this island?
Forever.
You fucked me. This is the one film you're gonna take and you're gonna watch it on repeat.
Yep, you're stuck with it.
We have no idea what day this ship is gonna come. You're all on your own.
We all had to do it, and I picked an awful film, but I love it.
What we did find with doing this, it's easy when you're listening to this sort of thing, but when you actually sit down and try and do it yourself, it does become difficult.
It really does, yeah.
Because there's like, oh, but what about the other movie?
You've got one movie, mate. That's all
One
you've
movie,
got.
just the one you got, Laurence.
We don't know where you're going to play it on a desert island disc, but on a desert island.
So, should we move on to album?
Lawrence, album?
Album, I would say Burial, Untrue.
Nope, never heard of it. Who's that?
Is that an American band?
Burial? No, he's like I think he's from Bristol. He's like a dubstep. He's like electronic music, but it's very like ambiguous and experimental.
Right. From which Bristol now?
Oh, Bristol.
Bristol in England or Bristol in America or Bristol in Australia? There's a bit of difficulty with you know what, don't you?
Yeah.
You're well travelled.
Bristol, England.
Right, okay. Do you travel much between here, there, and everywhere? Are you mainly American now?
That's a fair comment. But I'm mostly based in LA right now. But you know, I visit family back in Australia and England. Yeah, I visit family.
You got a very mismatch of accents, I've noticed.
It's pretty mongrel accent. Yeah.
That's a fair comment.
Right, come on then. Next.
Food. What would your food be? The one meal you would take on this desert island?
I would say a beef short rib.
Oh.
Beef short rib.
Any garnish?
Yeah, they do it at this Japanese restaurant I really like called Mrs. Fish.
I will warn you, you can't take the restaurant with you.
Oh, fuck.
But you can have the meal delivered.
Lawrence, don't get me wrong, right? We've had a gentleman up here who decided to choose the food curry. Yeah, trying to be as vague as possible.
I like curry.
We weren't going there.
I really like curry.
We really had to knuckle it down to what it was supposed to be. It was quite difficult. It got on my nerves, let's be honest with you.
So this
What will that come with? Would be like
does that come with
Okay.
potatoes or chips or?
No, I guess if I can't bring the restaurant, I'm going to say duck confit.
Ooh.
You're starting to sound posh now, Lawrence. You know that, don't you? You're starting to sound posh. You won't be on that desert beach with a pair of short jeans. You'll be corduroys. Drink, come on then.
favorite?
One drink. You can take one drink with it. What would it be?
It's a Japanese whiskey called Yamazaki 25 year.
Jesus.
Yamasaki.
Is that alcoholic? I presume it is.
Yeah, mate, 45% or something like that. 46.
Yeah, they're not cheap either.
You-
In the UK, they're about 120 quid a bottle.
Yeah, you know you're really posh.
You're on a posh island, Lawrence.
So, by the sounds of it, you're looking to be on a desert island beach, smashed up your face.
A 5-star island.
A 5-star island.
Well, fuck
Sounds
it. If it's
maybe
the
we got a
last
deck
one.
chair somewhere.
A lounger.
Yeah, it's just my savings.
So
May
we've
as
done.
well spend infinity in luxury, right?
Well, why not?
Yeah.
So we've got the meal, the drink,
Yep.
the album,
Yeah.
one act.
Movies and
Oh, we've done the movie. Podcast.
I think Russell Brand's Under the Skin is
Very good.
because he goes through so many topics, you know, and interviews so many people and gets them talking in a way that's like quite abstract and creative and spiritual,
Yeah.
and there's a lot in it. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
What we'll do there, Lawrence, we'll edit your voice over with a Grave for Crows podcast, right?
Oh, that's what I meant.
Right, and finally, a book. You can take one book that you have to read. Well, when you fancy reading it, what would that be?
Say John Burgess G.
Ooh.
He won the Booker Prize for that in '72,
Right.
and he was like the humanitarian voice he had. You know, he said he was like quite outwardly a Marxist, but he was actually, I think, a humanitarian. And there's a lot of peace behind how he writes, I would say. And G's all about this man's sexual awakening as this Casanova going through Europe. So that's important too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to be too lonely on the island.
It's a bit promiscuous, I presume, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
I'm saying nothing there, Lawrence. I went for Reader's Wives, I did.
That is a pornographic magazine in the UK.
Talk about readers' once again, please.
Please.
Our co-host Andrew actually didn't know what it was, and he asked his future mother-in-law. That didn't go down well.
I'll be honest with you, Lawrence. That was one of my favourite moments. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
Good.
thank you very much for your Desert Island Discs. That is Laurence Fuller's Desert Island Discs. Out the interview, Laurence, that'd be fantastic. We have a few questions for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Lawrence. You've done a lot of interviews, as far as I can see. You're quite versed on interviews, as far as I'm concerned. There's obviously the standard interview questions, and then there's the not so standard interview questions. Obviously, we had a discussion, basically about what you've been up to, what's coming up, the festivals. Happy to talk about both, or do you want to stick to the main sort of content?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open to whatever.
But Let's start off with a very simple question, which you've probably been asked a lot, actually. How did you originally become interested in acting?
How did I? Wait, sorry, what?
How did you actually become interested in acting originally?
Oh, I see. Sorry, that it was breaking up. So, I became interested in acting. Um, I suppose it was. I suppose it was a lot of American cinema when I was a boy. That because I was quite kind of introverted, I guess, and I found kind of rigid school structure really kind of just just wasn't helping me. So but I learned well in like abstract terms in learning from art and the creative arts in general, especially film. I was just obsessed with film. Like,
What kind of
I would
films?
watch like a couple movies a day. I really loved Scorsese movies.
Right.
I loved it was kind of anything I could get my hands on at that point because it was all VHS. So
Yeah.
even like I was like recording off network TV back when there was like 4 channels in like the Friday night movie, and I remember Braveheart being a big one, and like the Sword and Sandal epics I loved, and the stories about heroes and the
You're all about the hero, yeah?
yeah, heroes and villains, I guess, are the psychological icons like playing out battles when the battles for some great prize. And I love villains too. I mean, there's some brilliant villains.
Yeah, but everyone likes a hero, don't they?
I like a villain personally.
Yeah.
I've always rooted for the villain.
Well, when you were born, Lawrence, you must have been an 80s boy.
I was what?
Were you,
An 80s boy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, about 86 or something like that from your age, roughly?
Yeah, I'm 32.
If you can work it out if you want. So, we were doing a segment the other week, yeah? And we were talking about our favourite 80s films.
Yeah.
So 80s was a big decade for films, which tended to be sort of boy makes good or very much the hero. So, do you have any favourite 80s films?
For sure. I loved Labyrinth and Dark
Labyrinth.
Crystal and
Oh,
Legend.
brilliant.
Oh, good
Fantastic.
man. You know there's a new series coming out of Dark Crystal, don't you? A prequel?
I can't fucking wait.
I know, me too. We've had a good conversation with this as well.
Indeed.
Have you seen any of the sort of reviews and the trailers and the likes?
Yeah, mate, it looks amazing, and I'm really excited for it. I remember hearing they were going to be doing this for like 10 years now or more. And
Yeah.
so when the footage actually came out, I was like, wow, they actually did it. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that.
Except for myself, like I brought my kid. I brought my kids up on it as well. I watched it myself. Watched it many times. Bought the VHS. Bought the DVD. Then afterwards, it's a fantastic film. The Jim Henson is he's top of the tree for that kind of thing, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you love the Scorsese gangster films. You play the role of Seymour in the gangster short film Five Families. So I want to ask, what is your actual favourite gangster film?
Ooh, I would say all round, it's got to be Goodfellas. For me, it's got to be the best made gangster film that's been done so far. But I mean, Casino always gets me going as well when I watch that film. There's so much kind of swagger to that movie, and like authentic, genuine swagger, and just De Niro. It's De Niro the whole time, and he's such a brilliant actor. And he's got so much strength and so much authenticity, and so much like real power behind him, even in his silent moments. And just watching him for that whole film is such a pleasure.
It's like a lot of
So
moments,
yeah,
doesn't it?
those two. yeah, a lot of moments, and Scorsese builds that whole world so well. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you see, you get a real insight into how it all operates. In like an hour, in like 2 hours, you basically get to know the ins and outs of like their entire Costa Nova. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the characters involved. And for some reason, those gangster movies lend themselves to great acting, which is kind of an odd thing. But I mean, all the performances in that, and some of those actors never did any better than that. Like Ray Liotta, a great actor, but I don't think he'd ever did any better than Goodfellas.
No, he never. That was his peak.
I'm not a fan of Ray. I gotta be honest. For me, Joe Pesci, Goodfellas, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna be honest. It's like you said, you know, there's just absolute quality throughout both films.
Yeah.
Myself, preference, Goodfellas to the both, but yeah, Casino is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. But thanks for that. Another question is, can you tell us about your experience, and did you learn anything new becoming a finalist in the Heath Ledger scholarship?
Yeah, that was great to be a part of.
Yeah.
And just to kind of get to meet his family and to meet more of my Australian colleagues in LA. And I suppose I did kind of take more of a look at Heath's work, and particularly like in the Joker, and try to think about, you know, that guy was such a maverick to have done like Brokeback Mountain,
Yeah.
and the Joker, and like a couple of his other movies. I mean, even in films that weren't that successful, weren't that big, like I'm Not There with the Bob Dylan biopic,
Yeah.
or he was in Brothers Grimm as well, wasn't he? And like they weren't all round like amazing movies, but his performances in those were just little gems.
Well,
So I guess.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
So I guess just learning more, paying more attention to like the short career of Heath Ledger, the short and powerful career of Heath Ledger was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that.
Now, Echoes for you. Echoes of you, sorry, do apologise. The short film, yeah. Beautiful score, beautiful music. The story behind it, fantastic. You know, congratulations for yourself. And I suppose Henry Quillinsey. Quillinsey? Is it Quillinsey?
The what? Sorry?
Henry Quillinsey.
Oh yeah, yep, that's right. Yep.
Yeah,
The director.
The director, yeah.
Yep.
I did do a bit of reading up on you, obviously, as you're supposed to. But for me, like I said, I watched that short, and it's just an absolutely beautiful piece. I've got to be honest. In all fairness, you know, congratulations to both. It just seems to be a lot of feeling in there, a lot of emotion. I appreciate what it's about. I appreciate that it's, you know, it's just the aspiring artist. My question to you is, did you play that piano?
I did for the first maybe 6 bars.
Right.
So I learned. So when I got the part, and the director sent me the music, and he was like, "Well, we like obviously you can't learn this entire song in whatever we had, like a few weeks, but can you just like get some of it so that we can get you on camera playing the piano?" And then I was like, "Well, yeah, I definitely want to try and do a good job." So I learned how to play the first 6 bars. So some of it is, and then they got in a stunt pianist for the complicated bits. Where you have to do 2 hands.
It's for a short film. It's got a lot of it. It's like I said, it's a beautiful piece. It's got a lot of information in there. It's obviously got a lot of
emotion.
Well, not so much that. Just, you know, the background of the little boy with his mother in the box. You know, there's a lot of the cinematography even though in just a small space, is just absolutely fantastic. For me, the young lad, I think he done really well. You best sat in the cinema seats, or not the cinema, the theatre seats, just having a munch on the food. It's just all these little nice little sort of increments of beauty that yourself and Henry put together. But from what I understand, it's kind of a project that he and you two have been talking about anyway, in regards to his grandfather, your father.
Yeah, we connected about that.
Yeah.
About the sort of about what it is that you're leaving behind, like your legacy in terms of how what you do will affect the generations that come after, and
Yeah.
and that can be an emotional quality that you leave on someone that they then take with them to do their own journey, that may not be as practical, or may not be about inheritance or life lessons in terms of like, follow the rules, but it could be just like a piece of, like, a drop of motivation that just floods out into this great river that becomes that person's creative life.
Yeah, it's inspirational, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah. No, I can't. I think Echoes sort of produces that as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Congratulations to the pair of you. Simple as.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank you very much.
Next question. The film can't speak. Your film Painted Red has some great comedy scenes. Is there any movie genre you would prefer to star in or would like to?
Wait, comedic? You mean comedic?
Yeah, comedic. Yeah.
Is there any comedy films I would like to?
No, is there any other genre of movies like horror, or is there any preference that you'd like to star in?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I do love biopics. I do love seeing, like, people who've done extraordinary things and seeing their life.
Yeah.
So biopic and epic, like fantasy adventure, is like a secret. I guess fantasy adventure is like a secret desire of mine that I would love to do something like the Lord of the Rings, and
Yeah.
I know that they're doing the Amazon series coming up. So we've got my fingers crossed something happens there.
Well,
Something comes up.
hopefully.
What's that?
It's the kind of unraveling of a story. That's what you enjoy, is it?
Yeah,
It's that kind of thing. Yeah, it just sort of draws it out and it just slowly delivers as it goes along.
yeah. Oh yeah, I was just mentioning they're going to do Lord of the Rings on Amazon coming up. That's what I was saying.
You were doing it now, you?
No, I'm not doing it. No.
Oh, right. Sorry, Lawrence. Sorry. I thought I was having a bloody special, but they're not.
No. They
An exclusive.
no, they're in pre-production at the moment. They're casting it. No one knows the cast. No one knows because they're still looking, I think. So anyway, you asked like what's coming up I would like to do, and I know they're getting ready to do that.
Like I said, Lord of the Rings. It is an epic.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Definitely is something.
Can I just say something, Lawrence? This is out of context, Bernard. We was talking about Daysland discs before.
Desert Island Discs.
And a gentleman to my right,
Which one?
you, was explaining to me that he was going to take the book Lord of the Rings.
I would.
But what he explained
that's
to me
good.
was, right? But what he explained was, he was going to take all three books, because apparently you can get it in one.
You can't. You can't. You can get one.
I wanted to explain to him that it is one book and three films, but I was in too many tears to explain that to him. So
I made a rookie mistake. Right, moving on.
Yeah. You know, when you're doing these, when you're doing these films, when you are acting, when you are in these areas, when you're on set, how much does a director alter things for you? How does it influence your next sort of film, your next shoot, your next experience?
The director I'm working with,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that it's huge. I mean, it's everything really. The person, the collaborator, the main guy that you're working with, how much freedom he gives you, how much guidance, and like the balance of like knowing when to come in and push a little harder or when to step back, and that whole ebb and flow of that interaction is huge. I mean,
Yeah.
but I've also had directors that didn't quite know what they were doing and were kind of fussing around and not being well versed at their job, yet it
Yeah.
still inspired some great stuff because there was tension between me and the director, and I used it in the scene. And that so there's always something to use when it comes to the director. I feed off the directors in all sorts of ways.
Yeah.
And like whether it's like directly, if like rationally listening to like, okay, I want you to go and do this at this moment and that, or if it's like getting like an energy from them, because quite often they're writer directors, so
Yeah.
so there's like understanding their energy gives a huge insight into the piece itself. So
Yeah.
things like that. That again, I think is like a spiritual thing, like just talking to a director about anything sometimes can be really informative.
You've done quite a few films with sort of religious backgrounds. Obviously, Peter, was it Peter and the Last Supper?
Yeah.
Um, how are you religious yourself? I do apologize. Are you religious yourself?
I'm spiritual but not religious.
Yeah, fair enough. Um, for me, I've always been a big fan of sort of the biblical epics. The usual ones. Yourself? Are you a Charlton Heston boy?
Because when you were part of the Apollo, Peter, and the Last Supper, yeah, it was part of that.
Yeah, I do like I love Passion of the Christ, and I love kind of Ridley Scott's films, and they always have some kind of religious element in there. And I mean, same with Scorsese. I think, interestingly, a lot of the great directors religious elements to their narratives, and maybe it's just a part of like the human story that was captured so well with the Christian with religion. The way that religions tell their narrative, and maybe
Yeah.
there's just something to that.
Um, with regards to your fourth draft, now we was having a discussion previous. The fourth draft of the documentation you're doing with your father. How is that going, Peter Fuller?
Yes. So
How
now
I ask in regards to how is it going for you? Obviously that's an emotional ride for yourself. Is it something that's powerful for yourself? Obviously you've discussed this previous, but how does it feel for you?
it was, yeah, it's been really quite a life-changing experience going on that journey,
Yeah,
and finding out who my father really was without kind of what others maybe wanted me to think about him, or just I guess the superficial childhood knowledge that I had of oh, this person was your father, you know, this is what
Yeah.
they did. And it's kind of hard to process in a way, or gain like an internal image of that person just by what people say about them. And it wasn't until I really started to read his books and his journals and his correspondences and his articles that I really began to develop this internal character of this man, Peter Fuller. And as a writer and an actor, I'm getting to have a relationship with him that's deeper than maybe I would have had when he was around. I don't know, but I'm definitely being able to internalize him in a good way, in a true way. Now I think because the marks that he left behind was all stuff that he wrote down, and it's all that he wrote it down for a reason, and he was doing both his job and also he saw it as a part of what he had to offer society for to champion art in the way that he did. And so I get to kind of pick that back up, and it's an incredibly enjoyable thing and enriching thing to do. And now I knew it was going to take some time. So now it's 4 years since I've been actually typing out the scenes and working on it bits and pieces most days. And now I'm right at the end of my 4th draft, which is the one I'm going to kind of take out there and start to get it into development and see about pre-production, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So when can we expect to sort of see it on screen? I know it's early days. I appreciate that. You know, I'm just wondering if you've got a timeline for it and what are you hoping for? This is obviously a passion project. It's got to be right for yourself. It's got to be right for your father, and I assume your mum too.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to be shooting, in the next couple of years, and then once it's wrapped, it's probably another year and a half after that. So
yeah,
it's a few years off coming to the big screen, at least. But I think it's going to be well worth it once it does happen. So yeah, but in the meantime, there's a lot to enjoy about the process of making it all happen.
Yeah, for yourself, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just yourself that's doing it, Laurence, or is it purely your project, or is there any other people involved with it for yourself? Is it all yours? That's what I'm asking. The project.
I can't. I mean, there's kind of hundreds of people that have already contributed to it in really in a lot of great ways and in abstract ways and distant ways. Some people don't even know yet that they're in what way they've contributed because I haven't shown it to that many people. But I'm definitely the center point of it. I'm the adapter. It's like an adaptation piece, adapted screenplay, and at the moment I'm the sole adapter.
Of course, yeah. Well, yes. No, for a better phrase, it's mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, soon I'll have to relinquish that control to open up to others. But yeah, that'll happen inevitably.
But
of course,
will you still have the final say-so in certain aspects then, or?
How far are you going to take it, Lawrence? Are you going to direct it? Are you going to do Are you going to do all of it, a lot of it, or are you going to hand the reins over to some extent?
That all depends on a lot of things. I know for sure I want to play my father.
Yeah.
And in terms of directing, it's a possibility. I mean, I think I do. I could have a vision for it as a director, but at the same time, if there's one of those visionary directors comes along and has a passion for it and knows how to tell it right, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them do what they do best and do what I
Yeah.
do
Fair
best, which
comment.
is the acting part.
Absolutely. Fair comment. Can't argue with that. How do I ask this? Obviously, this is a passion piece for you, but I'm going to ask you, which might come across as a bit of comedy, but it's not. Your father's an art critic, and your mother's an artist, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
is this, did this develop from a husband and wife argument? Did he become a critic because of the missus? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Is that a fair question? I think that's a fair question. I do.
So I think that's always, and my stepfather after him was an art critic too. So
Right.
it's
I blame your mother
always
then, right?
been it's always been like a point of not contention, but like really a consideration, a real
Yeah.
consideration throughout my upbringing, and it is to do with respect, and it's kind of about actually stepping back and not going there and not saying too much,
Yeah, yeah, of
and
course.
and kind of allowing, not being controlling, and allowing the person to have their own creative life, because it is such an influential relationship to come in and start tinkering with all that. I think I think my dad just stepped back and facilitated what she wanted to do, but was not uh, not tinkering too much, because he never really writes about any of her work or anything.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best kept in house. Then that's what you're telling me, isn't it?
Yeah, it would make for a funny scene.
It would. For me, it sounds fantastic. In fact, I'm telling you now, put some in there for yourself, right? When the
Yeah.
film comes out, I want to see something about that. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, and if I've dated an artist, it's been really intense because of all that stuff. So it's actually
Oh,
it's like it's kind of tough
yeah.
to, I don't know. It's even hard to talk about, because it's like I have so much to say about that specific subject, about love and art and how they connect, and like what you do with it. Because love is actually something that you should cherish, and so
Absolutely.
you don't want to like attack that thing, which is like the connection between you and another person. So when it comes to criticism, it's like not the right medium to
Exactly.
approach. Yeah.
Yeah, you stay well away. That's what you're telling me, isn't it?
Yeah, if you know what's good for you.
Exactly. I can only imagine. I can only imagine your mother sort of showing your father, "There we are, love. What do you think of this then?" And he's just sat there going, "Yeah, it's great, love.
Yeah.
I can't see anything wrong with it. And get that up on the fridge straight away now."
Yeah, that's the right answer.
But I can only say, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you seem to have had a lot of influence in growing up through these sort of things. Yeah, not necessarily about your father, but your mum. This kind of influential sort of background that your family's got. It seems like you seem to be destined for the arts. I think it would have been difficult for you to go anywhere else.
Yeah, it's, and in ways that it kind of wasn't even a choice, and not in a bad way, but that's just how I was brought up, to learn, to understand about the world, and to learn through abstract ways, which made me a bit of a square peg to fit in a round hole kind of thing, or maybe the other way around.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm happy that it turned out that way. Yeah.
Now, from what I've noticed, you do like a photo bomb. Is that a fair comment?
Wait, what? A
A
photo
photo
bomb?
bomb? A photo bomb is when you put yourself in the background of other people's photos.
For laughs.
Oh yeah, do I?
Oh, yes, you do. Even when you're doing behind the scenes sort of documentary, you do love to pop your head in with a little cheeky smile. Doesn't matter who is at the front, doesn't matter what the conversation's about. All of a sudden, there's Laurence.
It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. Get yourself in there, get yourself seen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All unintentional. Wink, wink.
In fact, I can't remember his name, but there was one actor who actually said that you're in his driving photo as well, your driving license photo.
Well, yeah, I guess put your best foot forward. I guess that's it.
Right, Lawrence. What can we look forward to seeing you in the near future, mate?
Well, they're doing the feature film of 5 Families, which is moving along very quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that. I think that could be the mean streets of our generation. I think that's Adam Cushman as director is doing a fantastic job, and we got this amazing cast. I'm really excited for that. And the feature film of Nathaniel Quinn, filmmaker, which was a play I did last year, which the director Hunter Lee Hughes, great indie director, very sensitive, poetic man. His first film was Guys Reading Poems, is adapting into the feature. We just had a production meeting about that yesterday, and that looks exciting too. So those 2 feature films are the next things I'll be shooting in the near future.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in these meetings and you're talking about these films or the directions or just the preliminaries of these sort of projects that are coming up, what is it like? What is that like? How does that feel to be at the beginning?
I guess it feels like anything could happen. It feels like I'm talking about these things, and next month I could be on set of that film, or I could be anywhere. They could ship me off to Yugoslavia for 6 months to shoot, I don't know, Last Kingdom or something. I don't even know. So it kind of just feels like anything could happen, and although I know that's the plan, anything could happen, and it's kind of an exciting journey, and I'm grateful for every step.
Must be an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right then. Right. So, are you okay with that for the interview? Is there anything we've missed? I feel like there is.
To be fair, we could talk to you for hours.
Yeah, we love you, Laurence.
I love you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I would say just check out Road to the Well and Paint It Red on streaming. Those 2 came out recently.
I did go looking. Now I've gone on a few sort of streaming sites. I can't. Where 2 are they?
Are they not out?
Go on.
Oh, maybe they're not out in the UK yet. All right.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That'll be coming soon then. Road to the Well and Paint It Red. Check out the trailer, and it'll be going international soon.
Yeah.
Having watched the trailer of Painted Red, I highly recommend it, and I actually can't wait for it. It looks fantastic.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's intense and kind of funny as well.
Yeah.
The director of that was a dear friend of mine who passed away last August. So it's his last movie, and it was an honor to get to work with him on his last movie.
All right. Apologies for that.
Yeah.
This one is that the one with the aspiring artist and the robbery, isn't it? And the duffel
Yeah.
bag of money. That's
The
the one,
duffel
isn't
bag
it?
of money, yeah.
And there's you painting away, and your missus is getting beaten up outside the window. Fantastic choreography. The cinematography on that I thought was brilliant as well. Like, you know, it's the
Yeah.
it's
That-
the little details I've got to give it to you.
Yeah, it's good. A good cinematographer makes all the difference.
Yeah, I agree.
It's got to take a lot of work to do that all.
That's Stephen Mangerton was the cinematographer on that one.
That's right. You're right. I did check that. I made sure.
Yeah.
So I was looking the other day, right, and our show we do a lot with the sort of the comics and the sort of the pop culture. We do a lot on the sort of the X-Men or the Avengers, that sort of thing as well. If you were going to be a superhero, what would you love to do?
Oh.
I don't know. What kind of character would you like to be? Go on, just to sort of
The
just to get to
Riddler.
know you better. What kind of character would you want to be as a superhero, as opposed to the heroes?
The Riddler.
The Riddler.
He's intelligent. Very intelligent.
I don't think that's why he's going to be the. Is that why you want to be the Riddler? Because the Riddler's intelligent. Oh, good grief.
I would like to be. Yeah, the Riddler would be fun, or something like Venom. That looks pretty fun too.
But you know, I could see him as Venom.
Yeah, you could see him as a Venom, actually.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that or that, or like, have you guys? You guys asked me what kind of geek I was.
We did.
We did,
I
yeah.
played, and I played like quite a bit of Borderlands and Assassin's Creed. About a year ago, I just got addicted, and I had to put it down. But I was really into Borderlands and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's one of my.
That's Borderlands is one of our favourite, actually, and Borderlands 3, I think, is out very soon. Just a bit of information for you.
Shit! I'm gonna
Time
have
to get addicted again, Laurence.
Damn. I know that's gonna. I have to finish my script before that comes out.
Yeah, you might want to avoid that one.
Yeah, or just get it on like a time limit or something. But then you always like press. It's like if you put yourself on a time limit with that sort of thing, you're inevitably gonna press snooze. Another 15 minutes.
Are you a nighttime player?
Man, once I get addicted, see it's like opening Pandora's box with me. Once I get it, if I get addicted to something like that, I just play night and day.
I'm assuming in your profession you can have some days off. I can only imagine what that is like. I can only imagine you've got your socks on, you've got your slippers, you've got your best joggers on, and you're just smelly and scruffy for days.
Wait, the first call when I spoke to Laurence was his house was full of birds. That's the best part about it.
Your house is full of birds.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at a cafe at the moment, but if I was at home, they'd be tweeting and like flying around everywhere.
I know that. I know that. I know exactly what I was like having a bird myself.
Yeah.
He says it's a bird. It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. Yeah.
It's a small vulture.
Right. In the feature film Painted Red, build on the cast is a Martin Cove. Did you get to meet him? And is he as villainous in real life as he is in most of his TV shows or movies?
Is he what enough in real life?
As villainous. He's usually a villain.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did meet him and get to work with him. And yeah, he's just like he is on screen. He's quite a larger than life character.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's got a big personality.
Cool. You said about the games, yeah. You've also told us that you're a Muay Thai and MMA fan.
Yes, sir. I actually just finished up my MMA class for the day before I started talking to you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I train at King's MMA in West Hollywood, and I'm a massive martial arts fan. That's my sport, for sure.
I'd ask you a naive question now. What is Muay Thai?
Muay Thai,
I know
Thai
it's a Thai.
kickboxing.
Oh, it is Thai kickboxing, right?
Yeah.
So with like the fighting side of things, are you a more UFC supporter, or are you more like the local fighting organizations like?
Oh yeah, I like UFC and also like One Championship. What they're doing with they're really taking over the Asian market, and actually I think they already have a bigger audience than UFC because of that Asian market, and they're getting like a lot of original, traditional Muay Thai fighters, which I really like because I'm quite a traditional Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah, because mostly Muay Thai are fighted in a four-sided ring instead of an octagon like the UFC. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and some of those fighters coming out of One are like really exciting. I would like to see some crossover matches and see how they face up against the best in the UFC because
That would be brilliant.
yeah, let's like have a challenger here to the UFC's throne. Let's see who really is the best.
So you say you actually train. Do you actually have any fights yourself, or is it just a training aspect you like?
No, so far I've just been training and sparring, but I would like to have like one bout this year just to say that I've done it.
Yeah.
I would say it's like yeah, I've always been worried like I don't want to get my face fucked up.
Yeah,
like
that may be an
yeah.
issue with your acting, Laurence.
Yeah, what happened with Mickey Rourke? Like he was this handsome leading man, and then after years of boxing, he had to get all that plastic surgery, and yeah, and he's a brilliant actor.
Oh yeah. But for me now, what you've just told me is you're down the gym just to get buff.
No.
Are you getting buff the shows and the films?
Well, it's a skill and a discipline, and of course, health and fitness is a part of it. But no, actually, I don't go to the gym to like push weights anymore. I did do that for a little bit, but then I stopped. The van, it is kind of a vain thing to do just to push weights, so I don't do that. But I do go to martial arts most like 5 days a week. But man, I would love to go to Thailand.
It's too much.
Yeah, I would love to go to Thailand and go on like a spiritual journey out there and like actually fight some of the locals out there and have like this adventure. It's kind of a fantasy of mine to go and do that and actually tie in my Muay Thai experience and put it to use somehow. Yeah, but I didn't know about. And I'm 32 as well. I'm not going to become a professional fighter all of a sudden.
You're not going to be Bruce Lee.
No, not quite.
Right. So we leave it there for the interview, but then, all right. Quick question for yourself now. Are you? Do you want to stop on now for a little bit to do a bit of the quiz? Every week we do sort of different kinds of quiz. Are you interested in stopping on?
It's a movie tagline quiz.
As in, do you know your taglines?
That sounds fun.
Yep. Just remember now, right? There's a bit of delay for you. If I know the answer, and I can get in there before you, because it's going to take some time to get to you and come back to us, then I'm in.
Okay.
You ready then?
Right, well, thanks for the interview. You've been fantastic. So on to the quiz.
Okay.
So I've got 10 movie tagline questions. I'll give you the tagline and we'll see if you guys know what movie they're from. Are you all ready?
Yes.
This isn't just for you. There's 3 of us in this.
It's a competition, yeah, Laurence.
Okay.
Laurence, just shout out if you know the answer. Right, I'll start off with an easy one. In space, no one can hear you scream.
Event Horizon.
No, Laurence, it's not. Sorry.
Aliens?
It is Aliens. 1 point to
Yeah.
Steve.
Lawrence, I just point out there is no cheating.
It's 1 point to Steve. Sorry. The next one. One man struggle to take it easy.
Wait, what?
One man's struggle to take it easy. That's the tagline for this movie. It's quite a popular 80s movie, I think. Nobody knows? Any guesses? Lawrence, any guesses?
Big Lebowski?
No, it is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ah.
It's a good film. Right, another fairly easy one. The tagline is check in, unpack, relax, take a shower.
What?
That's the tagline of this movie. I'll repeat, check in, unpack, relax, take a shower. Quite easy.
Terminal?
Ooh, not, unfortunately.
I'm going to go for Psycho.
Psycho is the correct answer. Did you look at my booklet, Steve?
Ah.
I'm going to hide my book from Steve there, Lawrence. I think he's cheating.
Lawrence, I'm not cheating.
Right.
Can't see your book, okay?
I can't see my book. Right, next question. Really easy. I love this film. It's one of my all-time favourite. I was going to give the genre of the film away, and it's one of my all-time favourite films. The tagline is, man is the warmest place to hide.
And
That's the tagline.
it's one of your all-time favourites.
It's one of my all... Sorry, Lawrence?
Silence of the Lambs?
No. You're going to kick yourself. It's not Evil Dead. Man is the warmest place to hide.
Okay.
I can give you the answer.
It-
The answer is The Thing. The Thing.
Right.
It's the tagline. It's not a quote. It's the tagline, Stephen.
Yeah, but taglines tend to come from
Right, this one, probably fairly difficult. I don't think any of you are going to get this one. But I like that. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. That is the tagline. I'll give you a clue. It's a comedy. It's a very popular comedy. Yeah. Seth Rogen is here, I think.
40-year-old
Steve
virgin?
Carell. Here we
40-year-old
go,
virgin.
Lawrence. A point for you.
Yes.
I hope you're not Googling that, Lawrence.
Right, this one. I love this film. And I never actually didn't know that this was the tagline for this movie. And the tagline is, you'll believe a man can fly. That's on the box. It's on the cover. It's on the case. You'll believe a man can fly.
I think I know it. What's the guy with the jetpack? Fuck.
Superman.
Hang on, Lawrence. We've got an answer.
Superman.
It is Superman.
Okay, no.
I didn't actually know. Fair play. I did not know that was a tagline for Superman. No. Another one of my all-time favorite films, and the tagline is, fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free. If you want a clue, I can give you a clue. Lawrence, any ideas?
The Hurricane?
Ooh, along the same lines, kind of, but no.
Green Mile?
Still along the same lines. You are on the right track there, Lawrence.
Shawshank Redemption.
There we go. There it is. Are you Googling, Lawrence?
No. I was like, a prisoner. It had to be a prisoner film.
I know Lawrence is a special guest, but how many guesses do you get?
All right. Just see what I've done and what I haven't done. Done that. Right. The tagline for this is, whoever wins, we lose. It's not the best film ever made, but the tagline's pretty cool.
Hunger
Whoever
Games?
wins. Sorry, Laurence?
Hunger Games?
No.
Alright.
It's a horror. It is a horror film. Kind of. Horror sci-fi. It's horror sci-fi, it is. Whoever wins, we lose. It's a mashup of two very popular creatures from other movies.
Predator versus Alien.
It's not Predator vs Aliens. Laurence, you wanna take a guess?
No.
It isn't Predator vs Aliens. It's Aliens vs Predator, Stephen.
Okay.
I cannot give it to you. Right, we got two more and maybe two bonus questions.
I deserve a bonus question.
Right, this is a very, very easy one. If you don't get this, you should all be ashamed of yourself. The tagline is, just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water.
Jaws.
Yeah, that was a bit quick there, Laurence.
Laurence, you're wrong.
What? Jaws 2.
Jaws 2. I do apologise.
You know what?
Ooh, no, this is another famous, I'm sure it's 80s horror tagline. If Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. You must know that. Laurence?
Nightmare on Elm Street?
It is Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, correct.
God,
No.
It's 3-all, by the way, to Steve and Laurence. So we're going to go on to the bonus question. I have two bonus questions.
so we could still draw that.
You could still draw. This is really, really hard. I don't think any of you are going to get this. The tagline is, on the hay, on the A and away. On the A and away. On the A and away. These two are bonus questions because they're absolutely rock solid and I didn't even know them.
Because you're such a...
I would have got this. I would have got this.
What? Say it again.
On the A and away.
Good Morning Vietnam.
It isn't Good Morning Vietnam. Sorry, Steve.
Andrew.
No.
Andrew's looking very confused.
Yeah, I'm pretty confused. I don't know.
Well, the answer to that, Laurence, do you want to answer or am I telling you?
Up in the air?
No, the answer is The Truman Show.
Oh.
Yeah. Right, and one final question. I didn't know this and I love this film. Laurence, you may get this actually, being a fan of the genre, but the tagline is, all the power on earth can't change destiny.
What are you a fan of? What? What's your favourite genre, Laurence?
No. We actually spoke about these films. Well, actually, we didn't speak about these films, but all the power in the world can't change destiny.
Godfather?
It is The Godfather, Steve. Yeah. Laurence, I thought you would have got that one. I'm slightly disappointed.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Laurence, I'm a champion.
So I'm disappointed in myself.
That's been our movie tagline quiz. Laurence, I thank you very much for coming on the show. You have been a fantastic guest.
Absolute pleasure. You guys were great fun. Thank you very much for having
You're
me.
welcome back on anytime you want.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, the guys at Grey with Crows wants to wish you the luck for the future.
Yeah, massive luck for the future.
Keep us up to date.
Thank you, guys.
Don't keep me
I
up.
had a good
Yeah.
time.
Following.
All right.
All right,
Bye, mate.
Fellas. Bye-bye.
mate. Appreciate that. Speak to you again.
I hope you enjoyed that interview of us with Laurence Fuller. It's more or less the end of the show. I just want to say a massive thank you all for listening. If you haven't yet, go onto our Twitter and follow us. Go onto YouTube, subscribe. What do they say? Ring the bell, you know what they say?
Yeah. Switch on the bell, get a notification.
And we are going to be putting a poll up on Twitter of Rambo versus Highlander. Please vote Rambo.
Rambo.
Please vote
Rambo.
with your head and your heart. One of the questions is, who will win, an immortal person or a guy with a fucking gun?
Also
Okay,
next week,
okay.
Dane's Superfan next weekend.
Yeah, Dane is going to be the superfan next week. Questions on Halloween, the movies, Dane?
I like the movies. Let's do it.
So he's our next superfan for the next 5 weeks.
Movies and franchise?
Movies.
More movies, I think, bud.
Yeah, go on, do movies. I probably won't do great, but check out me.
But next week we are going to be talking about Stranger Things. Our review, opinion, views.
I hate it when you do this, yeah. Are you going to tell the viewers and the listeners now, right, what we're going to do next week to
And
then
it's
change
fucking
it
never
on
happened. They won't
Saturday?
change. They won't change.
May be subject to change. Who's doing a quiz next week, boys?
Which quiz?
It's Andrew's turn next week, and to do the quiz.
Oh, you quiz master.
Oh, I could be.
Andrew's quizmaster for next week.
Jared did it with Laurence in the interview, so
yeah.
I do quiz.
Back on you.
Right? No
But
worries.
thanks for listening. We're hoping to do more interviews at some point in the future. Like I said, if you haven't yet, go onto Facebook, on Twitter, a Great for Crows podcast. I've been Jared.
I've been dead.
I've been Andrew.
And I've been Steve.
We are a Great for Crows podcast. Thank you for listening.